Hey class, this is Anna. For week 2's discussion, we were given 2 additional articles from the Harvard Business Review, The Elements of Value and Competing on Customer Journeys. Both were really insightful articles on the subject of creating value for customers. The first article focused more on identifying values, while the second one goes into more detail on the value it's derived itself from the customer journey or the customer's experience. Some of the value that I've gotten from the articles or the advice that I interpreted was that it's important to understand your target market and their values. Putting enough time and effort into that research up front really pays off in terms of customer loyalty. The second article goes into what customers are looking for from a journey experience. With regards to that, they're looking for a more automated but personalized type experience where the onboarding process or for repurchase interactions. They're looking for an experience that's not only consistent but also memorable in a positive way. So how do you create this? Well, the first article goes back and identifies 30 elements of value. That's really categorized into 4 sections: functional, emotional, life-changing, and social impact. 2 of those are more outward and more easily measured, while the other 2 are more internal focused within someone, such as emotional. Those are a little bit harder to measure. I did find it very interesting in that first article of the elements of value that there was a survey done by a financial institution that used 10,000 customers as a focus group, both in person, individually, and in groups, that scored the various financial institutions. And what they found, it wasn't surprising to me, but it was just nice to see that confirmation or validation that the higher or the better that a firm did in terms of ratings of their element values, that they had a higher rate of customer loyalty, a faster growth rate of revenue, and a bigger market share overall. So I thought that was very interesting. I think another prime example was Amazon in the article, no pun intended. They were able to obtain 40% of the market share in retail just by focusing on that fulfillment needs of in the functional value segment. In terms of the recommendations, again, I think that doing that research up front and really making sure that you understand your target market and those values that they hold is very important. For organizations that are doing business internationally, I think it's even more important that they do that research up front. As I saw in my previous course for international management, lots of cultures in general have their different values that they hold. For example, in one country, you might see a value that values a little bit more on the personal experience, that personal touch, that face-to-face building a relationship, while in others it's much more of a transactional type relationship where they just want it in and out and not form any type of personal relationship with someone. But overall, knowing these preferences up front can help with the impact on the product success. Lastly, with regards to holding a high ethical standard, I think it's really important that marketers don't misuse this knowledge of these values to manipulate or trick their customers into buying their products and services. I think once you build that trust with your customers, that if you break it, then it's not so easily rebuilt, as we can see from past examples such as Wells Fargo a few years back, that they're still rebuilding that brand. I think that it's very important that they maintain their transparency and fairness in order to maintain that trust with their customers. So very interesting articles, and I hope look forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you.